Are you thinking about making a move to the Seattle area, and Kirkland and Redmond are two of the cities you're considering? Well, in this video, I'm going to compare Kirkland and Redmond and what it's like to live in each location, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Bryce Greenleaf. I'm a local real estate agent here in the greater Seattle area, and I love making videos all about what it's like living over here in Seattle and what to expect when you're moving over this way. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you get notified for all future videos. I love helping you guys out and answering your questions when you're planning to move over to Seattle and its surrounding suburbs. Like I said, I am an active real estate agent here, so if you're looking to move over here, you're thinking about buying a home in this area, like I said, in Seattle or any of its surrounding suburbs, feel free to reach out to me here at my info on the screen. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions and kind of help guide you through that process and make that transition, that move over here, a little bit easier for you. But like I said, today I'm going to go over Kirkland and Redmond, two of the most popular suburbs in this area, kind of show you the differences between the two and what it's like to live there. All right, so pulling both the cities up right here, you can see Kirkland's got a population of just over 99,000 and Redmond is just over 80,000. So very similar sized areas. Yes, Kirkland is a little bit bigger, but in the grand scheme of things, they are relatively sized areas. And as you can see on the map right here, they are right next to each other. So when we're talking about Kirkland and Redmond, the reason why they're so comparable and why people are always, looking at the two when they're moving over this way is because they have a lot of similarities. They're in a very similar location, so it garners a lot of interest from different people moving over here for all that the east side has to offer, all the tech jobs and whatnot over on the east side. So as I said, how they are very similar, the median residential home prices here are both just over 1.4 million. Then for condos, Kirkland, the median price is $540,000 right now, and Redmond is $478,000 right now. So this can vary quite a bit month to month for these median condo prices because there aren't quite as many condo sales as there are residential, so there's a little bit more variance in how those numbers end up at the end of the month. But this is a good general guideline of those median condo sale prices in these two areas. So if you're somebody that's looking to move in one of these areas and you can't afford the very expensive $1.4 million median price point for residential homes, maybe it's just you and one other person, and you can get into a condo. It's enough space for you that can really reduce, how much you're having to spend to live in these areas. So when it comes to school districts, they are both in the Lake Washington School District. This district is ranked number 4 in the entire state of Washington by niche.com. I found niche.com to be a very good resource when researching school districts and some other things about living over in this area. So according to Niche, they have very, very good school districts. And that's, of course, another reason that a lot of people decide to move over into this area. That's just one more thing that draws people onto this east side area, what we call east of Lake Washington. And again, a big reason for that is because of all the jobs over here. So in Kirkland, two of the most popular employers when it comes to tech jobs specifically are Google and GoDaddy. There are plenty of other jobs, specifically in healthcare in Kirkland as well. And then in Redmond, you've got companies like Microsoft, Nintendo, and Facebook. Microsoft headquarters is here in Redmond, so that draws a lot of people in moving over here, taking Microsoft jobs. People coming from out of state or out of the country, taking a job in Redmond and then moving right into Redmond or Kirkland as well. Along with the jobs just in these two cities, you're really close to Bellevue, which has a lot of different job opportunities, again, in healthcare and tech and a bunch of other industries. So it still draws a lot of people in that are working in Bellevue, but want a little bit cheaper home prices in Kirkland or Redmond. When I say a little bit cheaper, you're talking these two areas, like I said, have 1.4 million in median prices. Bellevue's like 1.6 million. So they're a little bit cheaper than Bellevue, but not very far. They're very, very comparable. And like I said, there's a lot of jobs in this area that draw people in here. So I want to jump into the map here, kind of show you around the two areas, show you what to expect, some different things I want to point out within these cities, and then you can get a good idea of what to expect when moving over here, hopefully. So let's jump into the map here. So you can see right here, we've got Kirkland right here. That's right along Lake Washington. And then just east of Kirkland, we have Redmond right here. So you can see how close these locations are. So if we zoom out a little, you can see where they are in relation to Seattle. So Seattle is right here. So say you're working in Seattle and you want to live in Kirkland or Redmond, or vice versa. You want to live in Seattle and you work in the Kirkland-Redmond area. The way to commute back and forth the quickest way would be going up I-5 in Seattle here and jumping on this 520 bridge. That brings you into the North Bellevue area, and then you can either jump straight on 405 to get to Kirkland, or you can continue on 520 and it'll take you right into Redmond. So it's not very difficult to get to and from. Now traffic does back up quite a bit. This 520 bridge is also a toll bridge, so you're going to pay to use it. The free way to get over is to go further south to I-90 here and take this I-90 bridge over. But those are the ways to get to and from Seattle if you're living in Kirkland or Redmond. Now, a lot of people that live in Kirkland and Redmond do not care to go over to Seattle because they're not working in Seattle. A lot of them are working right in this east side here, like I said, right next to Bellevue. So Bellevue's right here, the second largest downtown area. And so there's a lot of great jobs in this area. So many people that are working, taking a job in Bellevue are moving to Redmond and Kirkland because they are so close. So let's start with Kirkland here and just zoom in a little bit, kind of show you around a little bit here. So this is the main downtown Kirkland area right in here. So you got Marina Park. So there's a grassy field, a little beach, sandy area you can kind of see right here for the kids to play on. Like I said, there's a marina over here, so you've got boats and whatnot. So you got the boat launch as well. So if you want to throw your boat out into the lake and go out for the day, that's a spot to do it. But there are a lot of restaurants here in downtown Kirkland. That's the main theme here. Flatstick Pub is a nice, cool, pub nightlife kind of thing to go down there. There's not as much nightlife here in Kirkland as there would be in a Bellevue or a Seattle area. So this is more of, a little bit slower paced, more relaxed kind of feel in the downtown Kirkland area than some of the bigger downtown areas like Bellevue and Seattle. But you've got a lot of great places to eat. Anthony's Homeport right here is a great seafood place to go. So, a lot of great things to do right downtown here and just spend the day. Oftentimes in the summer, they'll have little events downtown like car shows and art shows and those sorts of things. They've got a 4th of July thing they do right at the park here. So there's typically events going on all the time down here to take the family to or just hang out with yourself. Now, the issue with going downtown here is the parking. It gets really busy in the summer and in the nice days, but parking is very limited. So there's really 2 main parking lots. You got one right here, and it's pretty small. I mean, you can kind of see it right here that it does not fit a lot of cars. That fills up really quick, and then there's one right here across the street that is even smaller. So outside of those 2 parking lots, you've got a little one over here. There's really not much. There's some street parking. So typically, if you're coming here on a really busy day and you can't find parking in these 2 areas, you might have to park up the hill here in one of these neighborhoods, and you might have to park on one of these side streets up here in order to be able to get downtown. You might have to walk a little bit. So just a heads up on that. But just outside of downtown, if we keep going up Central Way here, this is the main road that runs in. You've got Peter Kirk Park, which is a baseball diamond, so all the time there's games going on there. You've got tennis courts right there. You've got a basketball court right here, a little skate park right here as well. And then right here is Kirkland Urban. So this is a new spot that they just built within the last few years. There's a big QFC there, which is a grocery store. There's Shake Shack, and there's some other places to eat, and some other little, smaller local businesses, and some other little stores right in here. And then there's condos as well. So that's become a popular place to go, especially for those that are living down in this area for their grocery shopping and things like that. So that's kind of like the main downtown area. So let's show you around some neighborhoods a little bit. So there's a few different places that you can live. So just on the north side of downtown, right in here, there's a lot of residential homes that you'll see. So this is called North Kirkland, north of downtown. So very popular area to be. It's an expensive area because you are really close to downtown. You're also really close to the water. And then you've got west of Market Street here, which is another neighborhood, which is, again, even more expensive. A lot of these homes may have views of the water. There's a lot of homes in Northkirk and west of Market here that have, traditionally they were older homes and they were torn down, and builders came in and built, $2 to $3 to $4 million new construction homes in this area. So that's kind of what's going on in here. There's a wide mix of like newer, modern, new construction homes, and then there's plenty of some older homes as well and everything in between. But these are all going to be residential homes right in here. For the most part, you've got the elementary school right here. And I forgot to mention downtown right in here. That's where you're going to have some condo and apartment complex options. There's plenty of options for that type of living in this downtown area. Now it is pretty expensive because you're right downtown, but those options are available. So like I said, that's Norkirk right there. This is 85th Street. This is what takes you to the freeway right in here. And then you've got some other stores like the Costco and the Walgreens and a Safeway up here, up the road. So there's more grocery shopping options that are still really close. And then you've got Lake Washington High School right in here. So another neighborhood, popular neighborhood around here, is South Rose Hill. So this is just on the other side of the freeway. There's, Rose Hill is a large area. You got Willow Rose Hill over here, and then the North Rose Hill area right here. So you've got this whole area just to the east of the freeway that's considered Rose Hill, and then it bleeds into Bridle Trails, which is right here. Bridle Trails bleeds into the Bellevue area as well. So Bridle Trails State Park, there's some great homes right in here as well. Again, there's a wide mix in Kirkland. Once you get out into these neighborhoods, there's a lot of new construction, multi-million-dollar homes, and then there's plenty of 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s builds homes as well in this area that are going to be cheaper options. Still pretty expensive to live in this area, but are going to be much cheaper options in those new constructions. So these neighborhoods, you'll see, you just have a mixed use, a wide variety of different types of homes in them for the most part. So like I said, on the north side of Kirkland here, you've got North Rose Hill, and then we go to the very tip of Kirkland here, Juanita Beach Park. So this is a popular park for people to go to. It's larger than the downtown park, so there's a big grassy area. Again, there's a big playground for the kids to play on. There's a nice little beach area. There's a dock you can go swimming off. There's plenty to do at that downtown park right there, and then there's some places to eat across the street. This is Juanita, like I said. And then you've got, there's an Ivar's over here. Ivar's is seafood. There's Pagliacci. So there's some different places that you could walk to if you're spending the day at that Juanita Beach Park that you could go eat. Zooming out a little bit, the last part of Kirkland we're going to talk about is Totem Lake. So Totem Lake is the next large commercial area. Like I said, we had downtown Kirkland, and now we have the Totem Lake area. So this is on the north side of Kirkland before you get to Bothell. So this area, again, has built up a lot over the last few years. There's been a lot of larger high-rise condo apartment buildings come up in this area. So you've got a lot of shopping in here, like your Whole Foods markets, and then you've got, I'm talking about grocery shopping there. And then you've got like Nordstrom Racks and Ross's, different stores, for clothing shopping, things like that. Most of your fast food in Kirkland is going to be in this area, like the Chick-fil-A's here. You see the Wendy's and the Olive Gardens. You got the Fred Meyer over here, another QFC over here. You've got the Cinemark movie theater right there. And then this is the main hospital right here, Evergreen Medical Center. So for those of you living in Kirkland, this could likely be, there's some other hospitals like in Bellevue and whatnot close, but this is the large hospital in Kirkland. So this is the Totem Lake area. Again, a lot of commercial industries in here, shopping, grocery shopping, clothing shopping, fast food places, a lot of different businesses all throughout here. So that's a spot that gets really busy in the Kirkland area. So zooming back out, let's head over to Redmond here. So going back down south a little bit, like I said, this is 85th Street that leads you all the way into downtown Kirkland. Like I said, if you go the opposite direction, this takes you right into Redmond. Takes you right into Redmond Way. So very easy straight shot from Kirkland to Redmond. And then when you get into past the Redmond Way here, this is the downtown Redmond area right in here. So a little bit different feel than the Kirkland downtown area. Kirkland downtown, like I said, was on the water. Redmond is not on the water, but it's still a nice area. You've got right in here, you've got Redmond Town Center, which is a little mall. It's not, there's going to be a lot of, bigger, more, malls that have more stores in the area, like in Bellevue and some other locations, but this is a nice little mall to go to with some stores in it. Again, places to eat all around here. The Matador and Woodblock, good places to eat all throughout here, and then you've got your fast food mixed in as well. Again, this is where you're going to be finding apartments and condo complexes for that type of living. You're going to be close to downtown here. And then as you go further down the street, you've got your grocery shopping like your Safeway, and you've got Fred Meyer, Home Depot, Target. All of that is right in here along 520. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here in Redmond. So just to the south side of 520 is Marymore Park. So this is a very popular park for people to go to. There's a off-leash dog park right here. that's my favorite dog park area to go to. It's right along the river here, so the dogs can, as you're walking around the whole loop, the dogs can jump in, go swimming, chase the tennis ball. Like I said, it's off leash. And then within Marymore Park, there's lots of different fields. I've played soccer here. There's baseball. There's a lot of different things to do here at Marymore Park. Oftentimes they have a lot of different events. So they do like movie nights at the park. So you lay down a blanket or bring out the lawn chairs, and they put a projector screen out in the lawn there, and you can watch movies in the summertime. So there's always events going down here at the Marymore Park area. And as we zoom out, there's a few different places to live here in the Redmond area. Like I said, Kirkland is here to the west side. So Education Hill, which is where Redmond High School is, right up here. There's plenty of residential neighborhoods all throughout here. And then you go to the east side of Redmond as you're starting to go towards the Sammamish area. There's a lot of residential homes right in here. And through here, you're going to feel a little bit more suburban, or even a little bit bleeding towards rural type living as you start to go a little bit further east out in Redmond here, because you are getting further and further out. Now, you're still convenient and quick access to everything, but there are some options, more options that are going to give you a little bit more of a rural feel in Redmond than there are in Kirkland. So that would be right out in here. And then this, like I said, it bleeds into the Sammamish area. So Sammamish is right here. And Redmond, I don't know if I mentioned, Redmond is right on Lake Sammamish right here. So there's not as many waterfront homes or anything in Redmond as there are in Kirkland, because Kirkland has just a wider base going all the way up and down the lake, versus Redmond just has a little spot right along Lake Sammamish, and then the rest of it is going to be Bellevue and Sammamish right around the lake there. Alright, well that wraps up my video here on Kirkland versus Redmond. Hopefully this gave you a good idea of, the differences between the two areas, and if it's a right area for you to be moving to. If you've got questions, like I said, if you're planning to move over here, you need some help with that process and buying a home over in this area, I'd be more than happy to help you. Feel free to reach out to me here at my info on the screen, and I can answer any of the questions you have and kind of come up with a game plan to make that transition, that move, a little bit easier for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like I said, and I appreciate you watching this video.